Jaya Girivaradhare, Jaya Girivaradhare, Jaya Gopijana, Jaya Girivaradhare. Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana, Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana, Jamuna Tira Vanachari, Tira Vanachari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Radhe Radhe Radhe. Jai Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Jai Giri Govardhan. Jai Gauranitai, 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 Jai Gauranitai, Jai Gauranitai. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Privaracharya Asatasara Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramhamsa Privaracharya Asatasara Srila Bhaktisanta Saraswati Maharaja ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem Sakuhur Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Shri Radha Radhanath ki jai. Shriman Mahaprabhu ki jai. Shri Giri Raj Govardhan ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Go Premanande Hari Hari Bo. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 16, Text 2. Nalam vayam te mahimanu varnane. You have your phones? Do you have your sheets? You don't? Okay, so I'll just read the verse. Phones, okay. Yudeva varyo vartataramaya vinanga chatasya cha purushani te vachaspatinam api pramudya nalam vayam te mahamanu varnane Yudeva varyo vartataramaya Vinanga chatasya cha purushani te vachaspatinam api prabhu diya. One more time. Nalam vayam te mahimanu varnane Yodeva varyo vatataramaya Vinanga chatasya cha purushani te Vachaspatinam api bhapramurdiya. So we'll do the word for word. Na alam, not able. Vayam, we. Te, your. Mahima, glories. Anuvarnane, in describing. Yaha, you who. Deva, the personality of Godhead. Varya, foremost. Avatara, descendant. Mayaya, by his internal potency or costless mercy. Vena Anga, from the body of King Vena. Chatasya, who have appeared. Vacha Patinam, Sorry, I forgot one word. Paurashani, glorious activities. They of you. Vachapatinam, of great orators. Api, although. Babbramuhu, became bewildered. Diya, the minds. So the translation goes as follows. The reciters continued, Dear King, you are a direct incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, and by his causeless mercy you have descended on this earth. Therefore it is not possible for us to actually glorify your exalted activities. Although you have appeared through the body of King Vena, even great orators and speakers like Lord Brahma and other demigods cannot exactly describe the glorious activities of your lordships. What a verse. Beautiful verse. But I'm given to glorify the Lord now. A little old me, right? It says here that even the Brahma, the demigods, great demigods like Brahma and Shiva, cannot glorify the Lord enough, right? So what to speak of us, right? But we'll try to say something on this verse and purport. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. In this verse, the word Maya means by His causeless mercy. The Mayavadi philosophers explain that the word Maya means illusion or falseness. However, there is another meaning of Maya, that is causeless mercy. So Maya means illusion and Maya means causeless mercy. So there's two meanings to one word. Right? There are two kinds of Maya, Yoga Maya and Mahamaya. Mahamaya is an expansion of Yoga Maya, and both these Mayas are different expressions of the Lord's internal potencies. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord appears through his internal potency, Atma Maya. We should therefore reject the Mahavad explanation that the Lord appears in a body given by the external potency, the material energy. The Lord and his incarnations are fully independent and can appear anywhere and everywhere by virtue of the internal potency. Although born out of the so-called dead body of King Vena, King Prithu was still an incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Lord's internal potency. The Lord can appear in any family. Sometimes he appears as a fish incarnation, Matsya avatar, or a boar incarnation, Varaha avatar. Thus the Lord is completely free and independent to appear anywhere and everywhere by his internal potency. It is stated that Ananta, an incarnation of the Lord who has unlimited mouths, cannot reach the end of the glorification of the Lord, although Ananta has been describing the Lord since time immemorial. So what to speak of demigods like Lord Brahma or Lord Shiva and others? It is stated that the Lord is Shiva Virinchi Nyutam, always worshipped by demigods like Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma. If the demigods cannot find adequate language to express the glories of the Lord, then what to speak of others? Consequently, reciters like Sutta and Magadha felt inadequate to speak about King Prithu. By glorifying the Lord with exalted verses, one becomes purified. Although we are unable to offer praise to the Lord in adequate fashion, our duty is to make an attempt in order to purify ourselves. Rather, it is not that we should stop our glorification because demigods like Brahma and Lord Shiva cannot adequately glorify the Lord. Rather, as stated by Prahlad Maharaj, everyone should glorify the Lord according to his own ability. If we are serious and sincere devotees, the Lord will give us the intelligence to offer prayers properly. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaya Dadati Swapadantikam. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusate Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Vanchakalpatarubhaischa Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavinebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So we'll try to say something on this verse and purport. So we'll start off by saying that actually it's the first line of this purport, where Prabhupada says, in this word, the word Maya means by your causeless mercy. So, Maya has two meanings. One is one to be an illusion, and the other is causeless mercy. And you see that the Mayavadis, say that the Lord appears in the material world, and his body is Maya, is false. Oh, it's basically made of material ingredients, right? But we see that the Lord appears time and time again, and he appears in this case from the dead body of King Vena, right? But the Lord's body, as Pritha Maharaj, is transcendental. So the Lord can appear anyhow he likes, right? He can appear from the womb of Devaki, from a pillar, as Lord Nrsimhadev, from the nostril as Varaha, the nostril of Brahma. So like this, the Lord can appear in different incarnations, and he does appear in different incarnations time and time again. Like a fish, right? He appears Matsya, as stated in the purport. He appears like a king, that is Lord Ramachandra. Like a boar, Varaha. Like a lion, half man and half lion, as Nrsimhadev, right? And as a man also, right? Nara Leela, the Lord comes to this world and he displays human-like activities, Nara Leela, like in the form of Krishna, right? He appears as a human being, and he displays human-like pastimes. So, that is why he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead, because he can do like this. He appears, he chooses how to appear. We, on the other hand, we are forced to appear in this material world, right? Because we have fallen from grace, we have wanted to enjoy separately from Krishna, then we fall from the spiritual world into this material world. And the first element that we come in contact with is false ego, right? And the false ego, we think that we are this body, and everything that's related to the body is mine, right? So we forget we are part and parcel of Krishna, and we think that I'm the Lord of all I survey. In the meantime, we are actually part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we are bewildered in this way, right? We come here and we are bewildered because the three modes of material nature become, it actually influences us, right? Like in the Bhagavad Gita, it is being described at 327, Prakriti kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvashaha ahankara vimudatma karataham iti manyate. That the spirit soul, bewildered by the influence of the false ego, thinks himself the doer of activities, but in actuality, everything is carried out by the three modes of material nature. And here we think that we are the doers of everything. But, there's a picture on the laws of nature on the book, on the cover, where Maya Devi is actually pulling the strings, right? And we are the living entities, we are acting. So we are like a puppet in her hands, right? We are not actually doing anything, but we think we are doing it. No. Material nature is forcing us to do certain things, right? To work hard, to support our families, to engage in sense gratification and all of these other things that we are so prone to doing. It's all by material nature. So we need to take control of our lives, control of ourselves, and have this understanding that question, who am I? Where do I come from? What is my purpose in life? And if we Shri Radha Radhanath ki jai. So these are perfect questions to be answered, and our books give you the perfect answers to these questions. So, and it's all by Srila Prabhupada's mercy, right? And so the Mayavadis, they say that the Lord's form is illusion. Krishna appears and he enacts supernatural activities, right? And they call it a myth, right? Did you hear this? That all these stories about Krishna is a myth, and what is a myth? A myth is, like it's just like fairy tales, like stories, and we put so much faith in it. So Krishna lifted Govardhan Hill when he was here 5,000 years ago, and Govardhan Hill is still existing in Vrindavan today. We went and we took darshan of Govardhan Hill. We even circumambulated Govardhan Hill. Govardhan Hill is like 26 kilometers around, and Krishna lifted it with his little finger of his left hand for 7 days and 7 nights. So this is like spectacular, right? It's like beyond our imagination. How can a 7-year-old boy lift up Govardhan Hill with his little finger of his left hand? We cannot even lift up a book, or even, cannot even hold up this phone with our little finger for 7 seconds, and here Krishna is lifting up this huge mountain for 7 days and 7 nights on his little finger of his left hand. This is extraordinary, right? So yes, Krishna can do like this because he is the Supreme Lord. God can do anything, right? Whatever he wishes to, he can do. Alike in the way that he float many planets in space by his energies, right? So lifting up this little mountain on his little finger for 7 days and 7 nights is not extraordinary for him. It's like child's play, just like a child lifts up a mushroom. So similarly, this hill was like a mushroom, and on Krishna's little finger. So, this is not extraordinary for him. But because the living entities in this world, they cannot, as I said, they cannot even lift up a pen or paper on the left hand. They think that this is just a fairy tale. It's child's play. It's like for children, bedtime stories. So, and Krishna and Prabhupada did instruct us to read Krishna book before we go to bed, right? So that's our bedtime story. So we can think of Krishna even in our sleep. We can think of Krishna. So In this way, we see that the Lord, holds all the planets in space, and the scientists are so bewildered that they call this the law of gravity. But it is the Lord's Bahiranga Shakti, that is external energies that are actually doing all these things, right? So nowadays, they say that it is mythological, it's folklore, legendary stories. Why? Because they cannot accept the greatness of Krishna. They cannot accept how great the Lord is, right? And we see that Krishna displays many activities whilst he's here. As a child, he does so many naughty things like little children do. And, when he grows up, then he speaks Bhagavad Gita, right? Which is the basically the scripture for the entire world, and everybody who comes in contact with Bhagavad Gita, their lives change just by reading Bhagavad Gita. So in this way, Krishna did many activities whilst he was here on this planet 5,000 years ago. So I was saying that all these places do exist. All these places that Krishna had his pastimes do exist in India. But sometimes the name may have changed because of colonialism and all of these things. But these places are still there, and you can go and visit these places today, right? Krishna's teachings are pure. The Bhagavad Gita is pure, and whoever comes in contact with these teachings also become a pure devotee. So as Keshav Maharaj was saying, that there are two types of Mayavadis, right? One type of Mayavadi is an outright Mayavadi, where he says that Krishna's form is material and, Krishna did not exist. And the other one is a covered atheist, he's an outright, covered Mayavadi. He, in the name of religion, he is basically, he's covered over, in that he says that we are all God, right? You are God, I am God, everyone is God. What is this? How can we become God? We weren't God now, when we were born, we weren't God. But all of a sudden, we become God by some practice of yoga or whatever. We become God. No. So God is God even from his very appearance in this world. When he was 3 days old, he killed a witch by the name of Putana who came to kill him by poisoning her breast, the most deadliest of poison. And Krishna sucked out her life air, sucked her breast and sucked out her life air and vanquished her. So this is God, He does not become God. He does not practice how to become God. He's already God, right, in any capacity. So we see that we cannot become God. We are servants of God. We are part and parcel of the Lord, and we are meant to render, our constitutional position is that we are meant to render service unto Him, right? And when we render service unto Him, then we become godly, not God like God or godlike. We become godly. So the Maya, so there's Mahamaya, which is influencing this material world, and there's Yoga Maya. So Mahamaya takes the form of Durga Devi in this world, and she keeps us bound here. How this world, although it's not bound by shackles, we are not bound by shackles in this material world, right? There's no high walls keeping us bound here. But there is a binding force in this material world that keeps us here. And what is that binding force? It's a hard knot of attachments within the heart. So this hard knot, Hriday Granthi, right, is the hard knot of attachment in this world. When we come into this world, then we become attached to our parents, we become attached to our spouses, to our children, like that. And this is the binding knot that keeps us here. So we need to cut this hard knot of attachment by the weapon of knowledge, by the weapon of the Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. We need to cut this hard knot in the heart. And that is how we can get free from this material world. So, the so-called love in this world is a binding factor, right? Because there's actually no love in this world. Sorry to say that, but it's true. It's only, this world is run by lust, right? So, it's only lust. They say it's love that makes the world go round, but it's actually lust that makes the world go round, right? So, it's like, I love you because you can satisfy my senses and I can satisfy yours. So then there's mutual relationship there. So, but actually there's no love. Only when you come to Krishna consciousness, then you understand these facts, right? That the only person that's meant to be loved is Krishna. We are looking for love in all the wrong places, right? We are looking for love in matter. This can give me happiness. By that will give me happiness. But we see this is temporary and it breaks down, right? And we try in different ways to achieve happiness in this world, but it's never satisfying and it's temporary. So these are all Maya's tricks to keep us here. We are looking for Krishna, but we are looking for Krishna in all the wrong places. We want to love because our natural constitution is to love. But we are looking like, how can I love someone, right? Someone or something. So this natural tendency to love is there, but it's reposed in all the wrong places. We are searching for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and we are looking, right? I think, this girl will make me happy, this boy will make me happy, but it doesn't happen. So, before marriage, this idea of love is very, it's like, it's very, it's fantasizing. You can actually fantasize about how you would like your life to be. But actually, when you get married, then it just turns the other way around, and there's so much of misery, right? After marriage, there's so much of misery. So you think, yes, this boy will make me happy. I will, he'll have a nice big house, a nice car, a big bank balance, and and he'll keep me happy. But no, it's an illusion. You're thinking that this is going to make you happy. And even if he does have all those things, and if you do try to live happily with your spouse, but then there's birth, death, disease, and old age. These things are going to come, and they are going to take over your life. And in this way, you're not going to be happy, right? We see that when disease come, right? When disease comes, then the body is inflicted. And when the body is inflicted, you cannot enjoy because you're basically suffering, right? So there's little pleasure, temporary pleasure in this material world. And, we take it as all in all. But actually, it's just false. And this material world is real. It's a product of Krishna. But we are in illusion. We are in Maya. We are thinking that we can enjoy with this body, right? So we see that Durga Devi is inflicting so much of pain upon us, and we think, it's so nice. In the Srimad Bhagavatam 176, there's a nice verse. Anartha Pashamam Shakshad Bhakti Yoga Adoksaje Lokyantas something, I don't know, Chakrasatvata Samitam. Okay, this nice verse, which actually says that the material miseries upon the living entities are actually superfluous to them. Superfluous means that too much. It's unbearable to them, right? And it can be mitigated by the process of devotional service, by the linking process of devotional service. But the mass of people do not know this, and therefore the Vyasadeva compiled this beautiful Srimad Bhagavatam in relation to the absolute truth. So, we need to take knowledge from the Srimad Bhagavatam on how to get out of this world. Because the miseries in this material world are so much that, we cannot actually contain it in this material, with this material body. So therefore, the process is read Srimad Bhagavatam, chant Hare Krishna, perform devotional service, and try to come out of this this web that we have created in this material world, right? Sometimes Krishna comes himself, right, to reclaim the fallen souls. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chaduskritam dharma samstaparnataya sambhavam yuge yuge. The Lord comes, right, to vanquish the demons and protect the devotees in this way. And, he takes on various forms, as we have mentioned previously. And sometimes he sends his representative, right? Jesus Christ, Muhammad, Srila Prabhupada, right? But no, the living entity wants to enjoy in this material world. And we go to the Lord to pray to God with a shopping list. Keshav Maharaj says this, that we go to the temple, church, or mosque with our shopping list. Give me this, give me that, give me a big house by the sea and a color TV. And, and we think that these things are going to make us happy. We are like a fish out of water. The fish, you take a fish out of water and you give it the best amenities, it'll never be satisfied. You give it a big house, you give it lots of servants, you give it, a nice bed to sleep on. You think this fish is going to be happy? No. Why? Because it wants to go back into the water. And that's because that's its real constitutional position. That's where it's going to be happy. Not, on land. No. So similarly, we are like a fish out of water. We belong to the spiritual world, right? And we have come into this material world, and we are like a fish out of water. No matter however we try to be happy, we are not going to be happy in this material world, right? And therefore, the living entity goes to God and he says, "Give me this. I want that. Give me, right?" So we're not going to be happy with all the things that even Krishna supplies us. We're not going to be happy here. So we should actually go to Bhakti Yoga, to serve Krishna, right? Instead of asking the Lord, "Give me this, my Lord, give me that." No, we should ask the Lord, "What do you want? How can I serve you? What can I give you?" And when we ask like this, how can I give you? How can I give Krishna? And we give Krishna whatever he wants, right? Then we will be happy. There is a nice verse in the Nectar of Devotion which says, "Anya vilasita sunyam jnana karmati anavritam anukulyena Krishna anushilanam bhakti uttama." That we should serve Krishna the way Krishna wants to be served. Okay? And not serve ourselves, I, me, and mine. No, we should not serve ourselves, but we should serve Krishna the way Krishna wants to be served. And then we will be happy. When we make Krishna happy, satisfy his senses, then automatically our senses become satisfied and we become happy. When Krishna is satisfied, then we become satisfied. And Krishna knows that we are so dull-headed, right? And therefore he urges us in the Bhagavad Gita, he says, "Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati." That we have to offer me with love and devotion a leaf, flower, fruit, or little water, I will accept it. He knows we are so dull-headed and we want to enjoy in this world. So he's giving us the formula on how to actually come out of this world. And he says, if you give me these things, patram, a leaf, a flower, a fruit, a little water, I will accept it. And these things can be found anywhere and everywhere. So in this way, when we satisfy Krishna by giving him things like this, then we become happy. So, as I said, because we are so dull-headed, Krishna have to say, tell us what to do. Otherwise, we don't know. We are born, we come out of our mother's womb and we become entangled with everything around us. We don't know what is right, what is wrong. We learn, we go to school and we hear from our teachers, and they also don't know. They're not giving us perfect knowledge. So, until and unless we find a spiritual master, bona fide spiritual master, can we come out of this entanglement in this material world. As I quoted that previous verse, it says that we are in this complicated meshes of this material world. Complicated meshes. What's a mesh? A mesh is, like when you get a net, right? And it's when it's tangled up, we are like that. It's like a tangled net. We are in that. And how to get out, right? By finding the process, finding a bona fide spiritual master, hearing from him, and slashing the hard knot of material attachments in this world, and we can actually escape this material world, right? So we can start by chanting the holy names. And in the Srimad Bhagavatam also there's a nice verse, 1:14. Apana shamsisam goram yan nama Apana shamsisam goram yan nama vivashagrinan tadasajya vimuchyate yad bibeti grihan payam. That with this, the living entities who are entangled in the complicated meshes of birth and death can be freed by even unconsciously chanting the name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So even if we unconsciously chant the name of Krishna, we can be released from this material world, right? But it so happens that we take these names for granted, and we think, oh, Krishna, Krishna is my friend, Krishna is this, and we take his name for granted, and we don't understand that these names of the Lord and the name of Krishna is so powerful, right? It's more powerful than the name of Rama, and it's more powerful than the name of Vishnu. It's being described in the Harinam Chintamani that 1,000 names of Vishnu is equal to one name of Lord Krishna, and 3 names of Lord Ram is equal to 1 name of Krishna. So this is how powerful Krishna's name is, that just by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, then we can actually get out of the cycle of birth and death. And as it is being described in this verse, we can get out of this complicated meshes of this material entanglement in this material world. So we think that we are happy in this world, but no, we are not happy. And there's always a need, there's always desires within the heart, right? I want this, I want that, this is going to make me happy, that is going to make me happy, but to no avail. It's not going to make us happy. The only solution to all of these problems is taking the holy names of Krishna and trying to make our lives perfect. By chanting these holy names, then what happens is this holy name, the sound vibration of this holy names penetrates the heart. It enters the ears, it penetrates the heart, and it removes all the misgivings within the heart. The misgivings, the narathas, all the dirt within the heart. People say, my heart is clean. No, your heart is not clean, because we have all these lust, anger, greed, all these things this grime within the heart, and they are stuck in the heart, right? And how to, when, grime, when it's stuck to a pot, maybe outside of the pot or inside the pot, it's very difficult to actually remove. You need like a tough a scorer to remove this, right? Or a tough detergent to actually remove this this dirt within the pot, right? And you have to scrub very hard. So similarly, our hearts are like that with all of these things, right? Lust, anger, greed, madness, illusion, anger, which is within the heart, and we need to scrub it, And how do we scrub it? Do we take soap and water and scrub the heart? No, we cannot do that. We have to scrub the heart by the chanting, by the process of chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And as I was saying, Krishna's name is so purifying, and it's prophylactic, Prabhupada describes, right? That nothing can actually contaminate Krishna's name. It is antiseptic. Nothing can contaminate Krishna's name. So, just by chanting Krishna's name, then the sound vibration enters the heart, and it removes all the misgivings within the heart. And then we actually gradually, step by step, we are situated on a spiritual level, and we are basically transcendental. We become transcendental, although of this world, but not, in the world. Although in the world, but not of this world. We have the spiritual realm, because we're always thinking of Krishna, right? And when we think of Krishna, because Krishna is transcendental to this material world, then our activities are all transcendental. It's not part of this world. Okay? So you may say that, well, any religion I follow, it'll go back, it'll take me to the spiritual world. No. Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, he says, Yanti deva vrata devan, pittar yanti prativrataha, bhutani yanti bhutaya, yajanti mad apimam. That if you worship the demigods, you will go to the planets of the demigods. If you worship the ghosts and spirits, you will go to those planets, right, where the ghosts and spirits live. If you worship the demigods, you'll go to the heavenly planets where the demigods are situated. But if you worship me, you will come to me. And where is Krishna's abode? It is beyond this material creation, beyond heaven, right? It is beyond heaven. It is Goloka Vrindavan is not situated in this material world. It is transcendental. So therefore, when you take Krishna's name, then Krishna's name is transcendental. It's beyond this material world. So we have a few minutes left for any questions or comments. And 4 minutes. Anyone would like to contribute something to this class? You're most welcome to do so. Otherwise, I have questions for you. Anyone? So there's 2 types of Maya. Anyone can tell me what those 2 types of Maya is? Papa describes it in the purport, and I've explained that also. 2 types of Maya. Okay, the 2 types of Maya is Yoga Maya and Maha Maya, right? And Maya also means causeless mercy, right? Yoga Maya and Maha Maya. Yoga Maya is there to take you out of this material world, but Maha Maya is here to keep you bound. Once you make the decision to come out of this material world, then Yoga Maya helps you to actually come to the temple, associate with devotees, chant Hare Krishna, and come out of this material world. And Mahamaya is always there at the background, and she wants to keep us in this material world, because we are not eligible to go back to the spiritual world, right? She will try, her many tricks she has up her sleeves to keep us bound here, right? So when we decide that we want to go back to the spiritual world, then Yoga Maya helps us to go back home, back to Godhead. So that's one question. The next question is, Krishna comes in many forms. Can you name some of the forms that Krishna comes in? What incarnations? Of the incarnations Krishna comes in? Come on. Matsya, Varaha, Nishingadev, Ramasundar, Prema, one incarnation of Krishna. Vamanadev, yes. So these are all incarnations of Krishna. Okay, 1 minute left. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Go Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.